Ramblin' Man Moto here, out on the road. It's a weekend as I'm recording this. I watched the Indian Roadmaster for the first time, finally, since buying it used. I think I have some scratches on the windshield. If they're bugs, they're really going to take some work, because I put some elbow grease and used warm water and could not get them all removed. Maybe you guys know some tricks. I'll have to Google that some other time. And for the first time, I'm using this Rever app. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I subscribed to it, and I've never used it. And I'm using the Pro version I use the Pro version to let it take me what they call their twisty route to get to Front Royal, Virginia, which is where the entrance to Skyline Drive starts on the northern part. I had planned to leave much earlier in the day, something that started with an AM. I mean, I guess I made that. It's 11:22 as I record this. And you can see it's saying if I go the way it wants me to go, it would be 2:51 p.m. before I get to the Front Royal entrance. And that's actually not Skyline Drive. I just put in Front Royal because it was having some trouble finding the Skyline Drive entrance. I didn't add any waypoints. I just went from a starting point to Front Royal. One of the issues I had with my Zumo was planning a trip was so convoluted that I just never really used it for that. I just would go to a destination, then go to the next destination. But if you wanted to force it to use a back road, I didn't find it so easy to use. Now that I have this bike with Apple CarPlay, I can use Google Maps, but you still can't easily, unless I'm wrong. Maybe I should spend more time studying this, but when you study how to use these devices to set up trips, it's like you got to set it up in one app, make sure it's in the right format, export it in the right format, import it. It's just like, why is this so difficult? When on Google Maps you can just drag and drop kind of where you want it to move. Then when you're on the road, if you don't pick the exact right waypoint, sometimes these things get a little wound up that you've missed a waypoint, and you know you went through an area that you wanted to go through, but because you didn't go exactly near the waypoint that you selected, it wants you to U-turn. I've had a couple of cases where I've hit skipped and it just got all discombobulated. So we'll see how this does today. I did preview it, and it's definitely taking some back roads that I've probably been on, probably more so on the in my vehicle doing stuff. I don't know how much time it's adding, probably 45 minutes going the way it has me going. But that's not all bad, because the way that I usually go, I'm kind of, and I do those slow. I turn so slowly sometimes. The way that I usually go would have been probably like 33 all the way to the entrance to Skyline Drive. Sometimes I guess it's 522, and I just get kind of bored with it. So we'll follow this path today and just take our time. The other downside of taking this longer route is making sure I'm off Skyline Drive before sunset. I don't like being on that road just with wildlife and breakdowns. And the other issue is, in general, I have found I just don't enjoy riding at night very much. You got to slow it down. You got out in the country critters. Might have more drunk drivers out. Speaking of which, just 2 days ago at 6:30 in the morning. A motorcyclist was killed. He was doing nothing wrong, other than you could maybe argue being aware, but that's putting the blame on him. But some dude at 6:30 in the morning, first it said a DUI, and then a follow-up story said DWI, driving while intoxicated, versus driving under the influence could mean any substance that negatively influences. Everyone assumes alcohol. I do too, usually. But like, we had a guy that we knew near our house kill somebody, and he was on a concoction of drugs and pain meds. I don't think he had alcohol in his system from what I could pick up. But anyhow, this poor motorcyclist out at 6:30 in the morning on a Harley was killed by some idiot who, of course, lived, and apparently was drunk at 6:30 in the morning. Don't know if he had been out drinking the night before and woke up still drunk, or whatever, but man, there's not much you can do. You know, if a big 5,000-pound car is coming at you, even if you honk your horn, even if you see it happening, if their vision and thinking is so impaired, you're screwed. Now, that could happen any time of day, of course, including 6:30, but generally I'm more worried about this at night, and for that and a few other reasons. I just don't like being on the road, I've learned, on the motorcycle at night. I continue to say that sometimes I feel, see these right here, I'm still so slow in turns like that. I continue to feel sometimes silly even going to Skyline Drive, because you see these roads here. They're nice country roads with little traffic, and for much of Skyline Drive it looks just like this. A 2-lane road with green on each side. Now, at Skyline Drive, every now and then there's an overlook or an opening where you get to see the valley and the mountains in the distance. Of course, you're on a mountain, but it's a long way to go for the ride. I use it just as a destination of somewhere to go. The rest stops are nice to take sometimes. Not the rest stops, the overlooks, whatever you call them. By the way, I have the navigation announcements turned off because the way I have the bike set up with music coming through these speakers rather than my headset. Oh man, let's see. Detour ahead. Well, this is no good. Well, that sucks. So now we've got a detour. I think I've been down this road once in my life, and I'm not sure where it's taken us on the detour. The navigation system is clearly not happy. I guess I gotta follow this and see where we're going now. Detour has really taken us a long way away from where I know I need to go. Wonder why it was closed. Detour 701 North. I don't think I've ever been back here before. Well, this is going to connect back up with the road we were heading to, but we've kind of backtracked about probably 2 or 3 miles, I don't know. But this was a neat little detour. I get to see these roads here. Do you guys carry mace when you're riding? I'm inconsistent, and I need to become consistent. I did not bring it today. I keep saying I'm going to make a checklist. Maybe I started one. Maybe now I need to be consistent on checking the checklist, because I get out on a ride and I realize I've left something at home. And Mace, I realized about 10 minutes away from home or so that I left it at home. And you know, it serves for me two purposes. One, it's a less lethal solution, because sometimes you might need less lethal, whether it's man or animal. And two, it is mainly, in my mind, for animals. I kind of think about it more for dogs that might be attracted to want to nip at the bike. When I'm out in the woods at my house, I always wear a gun and carry mace. I've had to use mace on animals twice, and a gun once. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like I still need to get much better at pulling out quickly at intersections. Well, that's interesting. This was the road where we would have come out of. That was very close. I thought we were going to be much further. Local traffic only. How does that work? We're currently in Louisa, Virginia, and this is the way that I would sometimes use if I was going to Lake Anna. It's back this way. How do you like the name of that road? That's the name of an area. Pronounced Bumpus, but obviously Bump-ass tends to be how you may choose to pronounce it. You know, on this windshield, I've gotten used to looking through the windshield, and when I lower it, I tend to actually find I like keeping my visor up like I have it now. And if I put the windscreen down, I probably need to put the visor down so I don't get hit in the face or my eyes don't dry out. I'm wearing glasses today, so that might help with that part a little, but I'm going to lower it down and see how that feels. I mean, it's definitely nice having some wind in the face and being able to look over the screen at these speeds. If I go faster, I find the wind buffeting feeling comes on, you know, if I'm on the interstate or something. But like at Skyline Drive, I would probably do this. It's a dangerous intersection right here. It's a two-way stop, but it's so easy for both sides to just keep going. Or normally I would make a left here, and that would take me to Lake Anna. And there's other ways to get to Lake Anna, of course, including going the way, looks like they freshly painted out here. When they paint out here, it's the most troublesome way they do it. They do it in the middle of the day. They did it recently on the second day of school returning during the morning, and the kids were late for school. That's government planning for you. I know that only because I saw some Facebook posts. I monitor different counties just to check traffic and issues, and that was percolating not too long ago. I think I might lift that back up for now. Well, I think I'm going to kick on some music, and maybe I'll loop you in as we get a little further down the road. Detour.
Is the last person.
The mountain bike, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
He's the last person.
Last person?
Last cyclist.
For what?
He's the last cyclist.
Okay.
Are you with the race?
No, I'm sorry. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Sorry about that. Can I go this way?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that. Thank you. Man, I thought I was about to get another ticket for something. Guess there's some sort of mountain bike event going on or some race. That was odd. What the hell? So we're gonna go 10 paces behind everybody else here. Come on, get your car up the road. Quit people watching. Lord. Boy, did I pick the wrong day to take this route. Well, we're beyond that. That was a huge waste of time. I see they had a couple of motorcycles out here with this. I guess it's some sort of biathlon or something. Guess that's why they thought I was with them. Wish this Rever app showed speed limits. I might have to look in the settings and see if it does. I think this thing's really taking me on a winding route. I've been on this road once before.